Hey guys, welcome to another video. Thanks for joining me in this one. So I have some updates for you guys, and we're going to be talking about Singapore Airlines Cadet program in this video. But I just want to share something with you guys. It's a new month. I got a new schedule this month, and I won't be working on the weekends like I have been doing for the past, last month. So this month, my schedule is a bit mixed, but I got a big surprise that I'm planning, and I hope that it works out. So I'm not going to share it just yet. But once I have more information and I can plan it just right, and I hope that it works out as I'm imagining in my mind, I'm going to share it with you guys, and it's going to be a lot of fun. But here's the deal. If you're new here, thank you. I can't believe it. We're almost at 2,000 subscribers. That's so much of a number to think of, and this community is growing. So I'm really thankful to you, all of you. Thank you for participating in all of the questions, for asking your questions, for reaching out to me on Instagram. And that's one of the important things that I like about this community, the fact that we can always share this information with each other and just get that one-on-one interaction. I really love that part. I've really spent time to interact with a lot of you guys, just one-on-one via Google Meet, sometimes via Instagram, and that is so much nice. I mean, I love it. So here's the deal. If you're new, understand that it's a community and the goal is to engage and interact. Honestly, I don't really care so much about the number of subscribers I have, as long as the people that are subscribed to this channel continue to get value, and we can have that interaction, whether it's through the comment section, whether through it's Instagram, maybe whether it's through Google Meet, however it happens. I love that interaction, and my goal is to keep that going. So please feel free to interact with us. Feel free to ask questions. Let us make this community even great. Let's get into the video. If you guys are new, please don't forget to drop a like. It goes a long way. Look for it. It's down there in the comment section, so please go ahead and do it now. It goes a long way. And of course, if you have questions, feel free to ask as well. I'll try to respond if I know the answer to it. If I don't, someone else may answer your question for you, and that's what I love about this community. So let's get into it. So Singapore Airlines, which is the flag carrier for Republic of Singapore, they have opened the application for Cadet. Now, this application is usually open all year round, and it can be a very competitive program. So I'm just going to set that straight from the beginning. But it's an opportunity that I believe that some of you guys may benefit from. I've actually shared this link on my community tab. So if you guys don't see those links, sometimes you go to my community tab, I share some links there. If I find this information and I don't really have time to make the video, as you know that I'm working, so it can be hard to make the video for you guys. So if you go to the community tab once in a while, you may be able to find some valuable information. But I've shared this link there in the past, maybe last week, but I noticed that not a lot of people engaged with it, not a lot of people saw it, I'm guessing. So I decided to make a video on it. Now let's talk about this opportunity. The first thing that you need to understand is that, well, like I said, it's an Ab-Initio cadet program in Singapore. These are the requirements that you have to meet. They're pretty straightforward, 5 GCSE O-level credits. This must include English, mathematics, and science. Then, of course, myopia of not more than 600 degrees and astigmatism of not more than 200 degrees, correctable with optical aids. Minimum height is 1.62 meters to carry out safety and emergency procedures. Now, the training will include training up to the ATPL with instrument rating, multi-crew, or a multi-crew pilot license at Singapore Flying College in Singapore and overseas. Now they have about, I think, 3 overseas flight schools that you can train at. No, 2 overseas flight school, and the third one is the one in Singapore. One is in the US, I believe. 2 are actually in the US, I believe. Once you complete your training, you'll be bonded with the company for about 7 years. The other thing also is that during your training, you'll be given an allowance during training. So this is something that is awesome. It's a fully funded training program. Now, the application is open. Now, what can you expect? I've been able to find a website that actually has all that information for you. It's called Pilot Khaki. Now, it's a 4-step or 4-stage process. There's 4 stages. There's an online aptitude test, the preliminary interview, written tests, and final panel interview with the tea party, and then medical assessment. The timeline, generally, they say it's about 4 months, according to what it says. It says 4 to 6 months. The entire process can take up to that. So if you are planning to apply for this, you need to understand that this can take a considerable amount of time just to go through the stages of this of this selection process. Now, the stage one, it's similar to what we've been talking about, even for British Airways, even for the other cadet programs out there. If you've been following the channel, it talks about the numerical reasoning, verbal reasoning, basic numerical comprehension, inductive reasoning, deductive reasoning, applied numeracy. Now, of course, it says that here at the bottom that there's insufficient information at this time, but generally, these tests are very common to all these airlines. So if you are planning to apply for some of these cadet programs, understand that some of these online aptitude tests are things that you would have to do, and you have to start getting prepared. And of course, they shared some websites that you can check out. Now, I would link all of this. Let me zoom in. I will link all of this in the description box below. The computer aptitude test is similar to what we've seen as well with other airlines. It's something that you can always prepare for if you're thinking of applying to some of these programs. Now, then you have the preliminary interview, which they will go over. It's just one-on-one for most part, and then make sure that you meet all the requirements. There's a dress code. There's a preliminary interview, which I already mentioned. It consists of one management pilot, one HR, or two management pilots. It will generally take between 20 to 30 minutes to go through this process. Now, if you are successful in that, then you move on to the written assessment panel, final panel interview, and the tea party. All right, the common question I get from people is how long does it take to go through the process, which I already mentioned. It takes about 4 to 6 months. The thing to remember is if for any reason you are unsuccessful in the process, you would have to wait about 6 months. At the preliminary stages of the vetting process, you'd have to wait 6 months to go through the process again. Now, if you make it to the final stage and you are unsuccessful, you probably have to wait about a year. That is the information I am gathering. Now, Singapore Airlines, again, great airline. If you are in that region or you're from that region, you should consider applying for this program. Now, one of the information that I also found is that it could take, the application would generally accept up to 10,000 applicants, or at least see number of people applying or showing interest in the program, up to 10,000 applicants. But by the time they get down to the final stages and they make their selection, it's usually down to about 100 candidates that eventually make it through. And this is a very competitive program that I believe that a lot of people can benefit from. But of course, manage your expectations. Understand that this is a competitive process. I have about a few guys that have reached out to me via the community tab that I shared, and they've been able to apply. They haven't heard back, but they've been able to apply. So I hope you guys will take advantage of this opportunity. I would love to see you. Please don't forget to drop a like. Don't forget to leave a comment section in the comment section below. I would love to read them. Reach out to me on Instagram. I'll try to reply if I'm free. And I'll catch you in the next one.